All right, guys, it is officially October and we have our numbers for our market update for October 2023. My name is Charles with West USA Realty, Team Kimball, and today we're going to go over our numbers and give you the advice if you should buy or sell in this market. All right, if you are a seller, you're going to want to stick around because we're going to go over if you should sell your house or not. And if you're a buyer, we're going to go over if you should buy right now or not. But first, let's get into the numbers. First thing we're going to be looking at are new listings hitting the market. We're actually down 23% from last year. And last year, we're already starting to come down off of the peak back in the spring and the summertime as far as new listings hitting the market. So the inventory being so tight is actually kept prices pretty flat. So even though the interest rates are sky high and through the roof, right now at the time of this recording, they're at 8%, above 8% for some people. But ultimately, it's been keeping the prices pretty good because less people are selling their property. Going into our other stats and numbers, we have our days on market. Right now, we're at about 53 days when a home is going to hit the market from actually selling. Again, if you guys want all these stats, data, and information, we'll have a link down below for you so you can see all this cool stuff that we have. You like to nerd out like how I do. Our other metric that I like to look at are our months of supply. This is our supply and demand, our absorption rate, if you will. Right now we're at 2.5, which is 2.5 months of supply. If everybody stopped putting their house on the market right now, how long would it take for that to be gobbled up by the buyers on the market? So here's my verdict. If you're looking to sell your house, here are your pros and here are your cons. Because the inventory is so tight, you actually have a really good shot of still getting an awesome price on your house, even though the interest rates are pretty high right now. We'll be honest, they're pretty high. With that being said, there's some things that we're doing in our business for some of our properties to make them stand out. Because there aren't that many homes, if your home is special, you kind of get preferential treatment. What's going to happen is you're going to see a lot more homes selling for more if they're staged, if they're move-in ready, if they're just beautiful. If you have some unique aspects like a 3-car garage with the pool on the corner, single story, if you hit and check all those boxes, your home is actually very beautiful. It's prime for the market. Now, with that being said, for buyers are a lot more picky. So if you have a good home, that's really good for the seller. So buyers, should you buy? In this market, on the other side of that coin, you're gonna have some sellers that are going through some pain. They're gonna be having their house up on the market. Maybe they're not listed with the best agent. But ultimately, when it comes down to, some homes have been sitting and it has some people nervous. Because the average days on market are 53, people aren't used to that just yet, even though we've been sitting here for a while. So what's happening is the reason for people's move is a little bit different. So if you're a buyer, it's all the D's, it's death, divorce, the relocation, stuff like that. So what happens is you're going to have a more motivated seller, to actually sell that home, so you may be able to get a deal. Also, because there are less buyers, because the interest rate is high, the profile of the buyer is typically different. If you're looking at purchasing right now, especially if you're a young professional, you're probably doing a little bit better than most people. Because of that, sellers, that's why they're a little bit more picky, because they're paying top dollar and it's important to them. But ultimately, the profile of a buyer now is typically somebody who's a little bit later in their life. They have a home that they may or may not have been selling also, or sold, and they have a good amount of cash, but it's not a fluff or a luxury buy, where they want to make sure they're making the right decision. So if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff and me checking out your specific situation, feel free to shoot me a message. Also, we're going to have all this cool stuff for you to take a look at. Again, this is Charles, West USA Realty, Team Kimball, and I'll catch you next time.